What's up, everybody? It's your boy Crypto Wolf back again, and I know it's been a minute. It's been more than a minute. It's been a couple weeks. So real quick, just to do a little icebreaker now that I'm getting back up here to the computer to recording and stuff, we're just gonna do a little bit of analysis because there's been some interesting things going on lately. So we'll take a look real quick, show you what's going on, and I don't know, hopefully you see something interesting and maybe learn a little bit while you're at it. So we are over here on the Bitcoin, Coinbase 1 hour. Looking what's going on right now. We had a heck of a little pump today going on. And you can see right here, we got these red dotted lines right there. Those are spider lines. If you don't know what spider lines are, go back toward the beginning of my little catalog that we got going on here. Talked about how to draw spider lines multiple times, you know, not including that video just specifically on that. But this is kind of interesting too. So I still have this same golden pocket right here that has been here like for freaking ever. I dragged it all the way out to here for who knows whatever reason way back, and frankly I was kind of amazed to see that guy right there, just to take that big old bounce off of that. I was that lightweight. I was expecting it to come down here, you know, take a little bit of bounce maybe off the bottom of this channel, but it looks like we have this little oh, I can't even draw a straight line with this. We got this little situation going on right here where we had like a little short stop, full dip, short stop. Maybe we catch, you know, like another full dip down here if it comes back. If it doesn't, you know, break either way before that, I'm really curious to see if we get a little move over here where we come back to the golden pocket and the bottom of the channel at the same damn time. So that would be quite interesting if that's the case. Will it be? Too early to tell right now. As you can see over here on the 6 hour, just spiking up, trying to beat up that line. It's punching it. It's using it as a punching bag. Honestly, it's really not a terribly accurate line. I drew it like all the way back here. I don't know. That seems a bit exaggerated. So maybe if we try to make them parallel, maybe a little something like that. So, you know, we could have a little bit more to go. But more importantly, I know there's colors and lines all over. I haven't hidden anything, so this is what it is when I turned it on. So, you know, you get to see it as I see it. Down here on the market cipher, though, we have something quite good, I should say. Money flow heading up, always nice. Momentum, really steep on this, the leading one. On the lagging one, we're still down here a little bit, but man, this leading one's all the way up here. So, you know, maybe a strong potential that momentum comes back up above the zero line. If that's the case, I mean, we still got plenty of room on the VWAP just to do its thing up there. You know, if that's the case, yeah, we may, you know, come back up here to the grand old golden pocket up here, the bull market golden pocket. We'll see. Maybe it'd be advantageous, let me put it that way. And if it does, let me go down to something smaller here. If it does, we have, you know, this bull market golden pocket up there that is not going away. I'm not deleting it. I'm leaving it there until we blow way past it, and even then I might just hide it, because I mean that is like the golden pocket of golden pockets right there. And we also have another spider line coming up here, fairly close to the top of my crudely drawn channel that I should probably spend more time to try to make it look like something accurate. But if, you know, if the money flow continues, and something else to corroborate what I'm about to say here, if that continues and we continue going up, this is going to be a key area right here that yeah, we may take a bounce, we may take a pause, may take a pit stop, a little rest break, get the electrolytes going before we head back up this way. If so, that would be rather interesting, because, you know, if this is a little upward channels tend to break down, but I mean, we're fairly low in the market to begin with. So if it does break down, it's going to be oogle. I mean, it's not even going to be ugly. It's going to be oogle. It's going to be awkward ugly. So, I mean, if that happens, oh my good gosh, I am going to be scraping up whatever I can to buy that low. But a man can hope. Sounds terrible to hope for things to like crash that low, but yeah, what you can do? Everybody wants it cheap. I want it cheap. You should want it cheap too. If it doesn't, if it keeps going up, hey, that's cool too. Everybody likes things going up. Everybody likes to see the portfolio numbers getting larger. But down here, again, we're back on the 1 hour on the market cipher. This guy happened today. RSIs came back together with a vengeance and have been walking hand in hand ever since. Just taking this nice little hike up the mountain. Cute little couple. Sticking together. Haven't been together since way down here when we were taking that last little dip to the downside before coming back up. So we got a little strength for now, and we still have some room, you know, to get up to the close to that 100 line. So yeah, we got some growing room. You know, the shoes are a size 10. They're only really fitting in an 8. So yeah, we got a little room there. And even on top of that, you know, once it gets up there, you know, we can still bounce around for a little while. So it has some good potential, is I guess what I'm saying, is the general point that I'm trying to make. And to add more to that, VWAP coming up on the 0 line right now. I mean, it's curving outward. It's getting this little whale tail shape going on right here. It's like but it's heading up, heading up toward the 0. You know, if we do just eke that last little bit out, I would expect some kind of little crossover, maybe a nice little green dot. We'll see what happens overnight. I know I'm trying now that I'm like getting back into paying a little bit more attention here. I'm hoping to get some trades going, even if I have to do it with the phone over the day, which if you've been watching this channel, you know I hate doing. It's such a pain in the butt. But with money flow going up, VWAP potentially crossing, RSIs together, you know, short of taking a reversal bounce off of there, which I may even try to squeeze in a little scalp before we get there. Short of that happening, I mean, it's a pretty good situation that we're seeing at the moment. You know, overall markets, it's still a little jacked up. I mean, between, you know, stocks and crypto and everything else, but we've had a little bit of anxiety release lately. I don't know if you're paying attention to you know, any financial news or anything like that. You know, people are starting to kind of front run a potential rate decrease. I mean, probably not until like next year, but I swear, I don't know, everybody's like overly optimistic or something. And they're starting to say, well, like, okay, you know, it's real bad and it's going to keep getting bad, but it's going to get so bad that the Fed's going to freak out and they're going to back off a little bit. So, I mean, it seems a little, I don't know, far ahead to be playing that game just yet, but they are. So, I don't, you know, maybe that's helping things a little bit. Maybe the fact that things haven't dipped and crashed as much as people thought it was going to, maybe that's kind of boosted people's morale a little bit. You know, over here you can see oil bump back down below 100, is hung out there for a little while. So I mean, the price at the pump still sucks, but I mean, what, it's like 340 something. I mean, it sure as hell isn't $5. So it's got that going. I don't know. It seems like maybe we hit a pocket of stability, and if it's going to make for some good trading, hey, all the better. Because remember, I mean, the thing about trading versus investing is if you're trading, you really don't care where the price is. Like, here, this will be a better demonstration for you. I can't really hide that, or you can't see what I'm going to do. So you really don't care where the price is along this chart right here. You know, we could be way down here in the gutter, And honestly, the percentages would probably be bigger for how many people are trading. But we could be... It's not even going to let me do it, is it? Or we could be way up here in the $1 million of Bitcoin range. And we're still going to get volatility. And you're still going to trade that volatility. And life will go on. So again, you know, the nice part about trading is wherever on this vertical scale we happen to be, you could still do your thing. So, you know, yeah, I hope for things, you know, I generally hope for things to go up, hope for the portfolio to go up, but I have no real expectation of it anytime soon. You know, like the stuff you squirrel away on a cold wallet on a ledger or something like that. Like I don't even have any plans of looking to see how much is on there for like 5 years. Like I don't check it. I honestly couldn't even tell you what and how much is even on there at the moment. It's kind of irrelevant to me. It's like when you buy some mutual funds, or your grandpa buys them for you when you're a little kid, and then like you're like 30 and you get a thing in the mail and you look like, holy crap, like whoa, like I got that much, damn. One of those things, you know what I mean? You just gotta set it and forget it. That is an annoying beat. So that's kind of where things are at right now. Again, you know, Market Cipher 12 hour. Let's go up. Let's start up at the weekly. Let's give a little recap right here for anybody who doesn't have it or hasn't been watching anybody with it. I know everybody's views are down lately. I don't know what mine are, but I'm pretty sure they're down. When you don't make videos for like 3 weeks, I gotta imagine YouTube's not pushing you very hard. Not that I even care to begin with, but you know, over here on the weekly, curving back up a little bit on the money flow. You know, VWAP crossed over to the upside. RSI's tight together, curved back up. Momentum getting back up into that 60 range right, or negative 60 range right there. So maybe a little bit of optimism. You know, overall in the grand scheme of things, we're still trending downward, but it's going to be quite some time before breaking through that to break that downward trend. And even then, you know, we might just adjust and be like, oh, okay, this was a lame duck momentum wave right there. But again, doesn't really matter. In the long term, I prefer not to even think about what that might mean. I prefer to just be happy and be like, hey, look, we're gonna curve like this. Yay! It's a smiley face. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. But let's go to 3-day. Again, about the same thing. Maybe a little bit more negative on this guy. A little negative Nancy going on here, like money flow. Yeah, it's curving. It's taking a little bump, but doesn't really mean much. And you know, overall, we're still kind of trending up. RSI is just barely starting to round the bottom, but you know, you look over here at this long trend, and that little hook we have at the bottom there coming back up. So I mean, it's too early to really call any kind of long-term trend. I mean, technically we're still in a downtrend. You know, this could just continue right on down like that if it wants to. You can kind of see in this view, we have our big old gigantic macro scale Gann square that is cluttered with everything else, but you can kind of see like we got that one fan line right here that cut right through the middle down there, but you got this guy right here, which is the middle, or the 1-to-1 fan line right there going down the middle. We got a while before we get to that. We did take a bounce off of this ring right here. What is the 1, 2, the 3-ring circus? Coming up on the number 2 Gann square line right there. So what is it, 3-day? We got a couple weeks before we even get to that point, but kind of hanging out in the middle right here, you know, just on the top side of this ring, which we'll see. Maybe if it bumps around and gravitates towards that ring. If it were to go down, like if we did have an upward channel and it broke down, I would almost kind of expect us to, like, I mean, we may come back up a little bit, but to take a bunch of bounces God, man, I can't draw a line to save my life right now. Take a bunch of bounces at least off that little Gann square ring right there. Yeah, maybe not. It tends to happen though. It's hard to see like over here on a 3-day where a candle is just so much activity, but you know, I mean, you can even see like hit there, hit there, hit there, getting close there. You know, the bottom of the ring close right there. So it's not an exact science, but it's what we have. Let's go to the daily. Bring the market cipher back here. Hide all that. There we go, nice and clean. All right, so on the daily though, we are so close to getting the money flow back into the green, and I just made everything pop back up. Oh, so close to getting back into the green, but this is probably one of the most discouraging things that I could possibly show you. I probably should have put it earlier in the video. If you're watching this far, good for you, because this is the important part, I guess. Everything else made it sound super bullish, and I hate to burst your bubble, but the RSIs right there are not getting any closer. I mean, look at this guy. It's just going upward exponentially while this guy just kind of lazily goes up. If it continues to split like that, I mean, don't get me wrong. If we get like super volume, super money flow, everybody's pumped, juice, come back in, you know, these guys can come together fairly quick. But, you know, for the time being, overall, it's kind of weak. It's weak sauce. I'm not expecting any 20% candles. Actually, I don't, am I? Let's say, what's this entire little thing here? 25. Okay, I'm not expecting any 40% candles. I'm like, damn, we're low in the 20,000. 20% might be doable. Yeah, not expecting gigantic movements or action. I mean, look, even all the pump we had today, all the pump action we had today. Oh, this is probably a bad candle to base this off. What do we got? 20 hours. Really only got us to like right here, which has been, you know, considering everything lately, it's been one of the better days, but you know, it's not even that. It's not that, although that was negative. And that right there is like your decently bigger volume relative to what we've had lately. And we've really only gotten those bigger volumes on the dip days since we've essentially been in the bear market. Now you come out back when things were pumping, and the scaling's a little different. Let me see if oh, I jacked it all up. I gotta not move this. I have to lock the scale. Can I do it from here? I forget. Invert, lock the ratio. Okay. Oh, it's still gonna scale it, isn't it? Okay, let's do this. So our last candle was around here. So you know, even though it seemed like we were pumping a whole lot today, it's not a big day, it's just a good day. And without having a whole bunch more volume and such, I'm not expecting anything huge. And the weakness in that RSI is making me feel that way too. On a positive note, again, you know, money flow looking like it wants to come up. It's dragging its feet a little bit, but it's still in a nice upward trajectory. And the VWAP crossed over, been up above for, oh shit, actually, okay, so it just crossed up, what, in the last day. So we're in the green on the VWAP. So if it's going to continue like this with these RSI spread, At that point, the first thing you'd be watching for is this top one to reach around the 100, which is this dotted line up here. I'd be watching for it to reach that. Then at that point, it's all going to depend on this guy. So if this guy stays spread and this one starts coming back and this one kind of follows, you know, there's a chance that they may come back together and we start heading down again. The other option is that this guy kind of comes up to meet it and we bounce around up top, at which point it's going to the moon. Not literally, but I mean, it'll be going up. It'll be going up very strongly. So those are really the two things, and this is on a daily chart. So I mean, this is going to be like a to the end of the year thing that I'm watching with that one. Jump down to the 4 hour. You can see on the RSIs, you know, when we were coming together and then we flipped. A tad discouraging. It's not the worst. I mean, they came together, so it was kind of getting stronger, but then flip looking like they want to separate again. Kind of a bummer. At least here, you know, we had a little bit of period of strength where they stayed together. And then it just kind of was going down until it got too weak. Finally hit peak weakness when this lower guy got down to the bottom. And we just kind of rounded it out, started heading back up. And that's basically what I was saying on the daily chart, except up here was to watch for is, you know, do they finally come back together at the top? Or do they stay split and round back down and then potentially come back together? So it could end up being just like this, just inverted. Or, you know, it splits up and then comes back together at the top, kind of like this, and then bounces around up top. That would be the bullish case. Inverted this guy would be the bearish case. Let's see, do the 2 hour. What's up with the 2 hour? Oh my gosh. I swear, has anybody else been having internet problems lately, dude? It's been kind of ridiculous. Like that, and I was trying to play a game, and it's so stupid that they make it mandatory to have internet connection. And so every time the internet would go out, it would just boop, goodbye. Nope, you're in the middle of a mission. Fuck you, don't care. You get to restart it. So annoying. And I wasn't even playing multiplayer. It's like single player campaign, whatever. And just blip, red light comes on, internet's off, bam, sorry, disconnected. Just, you know, now you got to go get the helicopter again. You got to go back. You got to spot all the dudes and mark them, and just, oh my gosh. But over here, 2 hour, potentially rounding the top on a momentum wave. It's a little early because VWAP is just crossing down. Had this little upward trend here in the VWAP, kind of bullish divergence back when we were over here, signaling that we were potentially heading back up. I wish I would have looked at this time frame. Damn. But that's all right. That's all right. I'm going to be paying more attention from here out. Break time's over. Kind of took my R&R, got a whole lot of stuff done. Felt like I was productive. Now we're back in it. We're back in the game. But let me know, what have you guys been up to? Have you guys been trading? Have you have been having any luck? Anything good? Anything cool happening? Is it ridiculously hot by you? I mean, it's so weird. Like, I couldn't believe I was like super stoked about it being 96 degrees, and I was like, it feels great outside. It's not 110 anymore. It's always lovely getting in your car with black leather seats, and like the shade cuts across the seat at a diagonal, so like one butt cheek is burning while the other one's just kind of warm. And then, oh, you know, another, like, I'm just gonna rant. I'm almost done with the video here at this point. But they put the inside door handle on my car, apparently is like metal, which is interesting. I mean, it's probably just some, you know, cast aluminum pop metal junk, but it's metal and it's got just like the chrome coating on it or whatever. And so I go to open my door from the inside because like I got in the car and I forgot something and I went to open it back up and I could literally hear like tss, when I touched it. I was like, oh my gosh, and it like left a line across my fingers where I grabbed it. And it's not even in the sun, it's on the inside of the door, that like the sun's coming from the outside of the driver door facing in. And I kept forgetting I wanted to grab, if we get another like 110 day here, I'm gonna grab the little the laser thermometer temperature, like thermal temperature gauge thing. I'm gonna take it out there and see how hot that door handle is, because even 110 out, I know it's hot in the car. I know it's hot with like the black interior, but that door handle was like twice as hot as anything else around. And I don't understand it because it's in the shade. It's so weird. It's like a convection heat within the little pocket that your hand goes in to grab the door handle or something. So it's like acting like an oven and just heating that damn thing up. It's the weirdest thing. But all right. I told my weird little story, my rant. So what's up with you guys? Let me know what you been up to. How you doing? How's the trading? Oh, it looks like we peeked into the green a little bit over here on the 2 hour. Okay. Let's go down. Let's see the 12 minute. What's going on right now? Right this very moment. So money flow kind of curving, but it seemed like maybe a little peak. Got a little money flow divergence, which isn't always a set in stone kind of thing from what I've noticed. You know, even though RSI's kind of heading down, getting a little split here, so that could be a good sign, as if, you know, when it's going quote unquote down, or in this case like sideways, that it has weakness to the downside, which means it's still bullish. So that would lend a little bit more credence to my, you know, heading up here theory. Yeah, even the VWAP started curving right back around right after it got down, just like we were doing back here. So, you know, it could be a little bit of a repeat like this overnight. You know, maybe we sit sideways for a little bit before popping back up. Watch it be like 3 in the morning, because everything happens at 3 in the morning, I swear. At least in my time zone. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Anything else is just going to be nitpicking, grabbing weird ass time frames and stuff. Oh, I have been doing a little bit of work, and I'm going to work a little bit more on a super secret squirrel project here with a buddy of mine. We are looking at trading bots, trying to automate some trading, try to get our money working for us, as they say. And he's already got one strategy going that he's been paper trading, and it's been doing fairly well, honestly. Like, I do not have the capital that he started with on the paper trade. I mean, I've got 100 grand to dump in it, but if nothing else, you know, if it's cool, if it works, you know, I'll share it with you guys. Be more than happy to. In the long run, I may just do, you know, that kind of cut and dry strategy just right off rip, just to let the money kind of just start gaining a little bit, building up without me having to do anything really. But my long-term goal is to try to incorporate signals you can see in Market Cipher into an indicator. So basically adding like another indicator on top of this, like separate from Market Cipher, but using the output data from Market Cipher. So these numbers up here, using those numbers to look for like divergences, and then maybe plot it on my little indicator right here, and then use that to trigger alerts, which can then be used in a strategy in a trading bot. So it sounds super convoluted, and the first part's going to be the hardest. I pretty much know how to do the strategy, and I think we figured out the trading bot part maybe. I did look, and it does work with VMAX and I believe Bybit. So it's kind of the two go-tos. So if that part's not bad, then that should be fairly straightforward. But so going to be looking into that, and as I go along, I will try to convey what I learned to you guys as well in a hopefully somewhat entertaining and enlightening fashion that is not super boring. So that's what's up. All right, 30 minutes. Man, I went on longer than I thought I was going to. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. And I hope to see you back again. Missed ya. But we're back now. So, later. Oh, remember, keep being a badass. If you forgot, you should be ashamed of yourself. Don't forget. Remember to keep being a badass.